dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, let's get original crew. Hey, we back, baby. Yo, what it do, Patrick? Keep the grind going, boy. But we got how extreme home makeover destroyed families. Did you used to watch this show?
I did.
Yeah.
I really did.
I think at least, depending on the age group, everybody has to have watched at least one episode.
Yeah, one episode.
The motherfucker used to pull up outside your house. I'd be like, God damn.
Like, okay, we got a whole team.
But I did hear like a lot of negativity after the fact. I have heard a lot of. I done seen people who have gotten evicted after. You like they came and made up your whole home and then you get evicted. I'm like, damn, you know, like, and they got to leave all that stuff behind.
Yeah.
I've seen or some people move. I done seen a lot of like BS behind a lot of these homes that you know what I'm saying that's been on there. So. And the families. So, hey man, with that being said, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want to first part? All you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Well, highly appreciate it, man. So, with that being said, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into this and let's check it out. Let's see what it's about.
Imagine one morning you wake up to this guy screaming outside of your house into a megaphone. You walk outside to find out that he is with a television crew and they are sending you and your family on a 1-week vacation, and during that time he is going to demolish your home and build you a brand new one from the ground up. Although it's pretty obnoxious, it sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Well, it is a good deal until it's not. Foreclosures, angry community members, property tax increases, bills doubling to tripling, and even more family struggles. Many of the families that were featured on Extreme Makeover Home Edition ended up worse off than before Ty Pennington showed up on their doorstep. But to fully understand how some families were negatively affected by what seems to be a very generous gift, we must first take a look at the families that were carefully chosen to get these home remodels. Typically, individuals would fill out an application form on the ABC website, which required them to provide a story of why they deserved a new house. You could also nominate another family, such as a friend or a member of your community. Every episode starts with a story of the deserving family in need, such as a family that lost their mother or father, a family with a disabled child, a family that's living in poverty, or a family affected by a natural disaster. Since this was a reality television show,
When you say it like that, a lot of these people probably already going through financial struggles, right?
Yeah.
Now you finna put them on like a big ass, nice ass home.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Now that's more money to upkeep the home.
Right.
Utilities might increase. You gotta want to furnish the homes. Oh, I also heard they have to pay for the furniture they put in there. They redo the home, but the inside furnishing, they like, hey, if you want to keep this, you have to actually have to pay for it. But the furnishing,
yeah,
you can pay for it at a discounted rate, or we'll put your old furniture back in for you.
Okay, just put the old furniture back. Like the what?
It was very important to produce the most tear-jerking episodes possible, featuring stories that would deeply tug at the viewer's heartstrings. Some people argued that specifically targeting families who had endured unimaginable tragedy and faced overwhelming hardship was ABC exploiting them for better ratings. Joe Scarborough of MSNBC claimed that Extreme Makeover has a secret wish list of victims the show is trying to hunt down. They want to find a family who has multiple children with Down syndrome. They want to find a child with a rare condition that causes rapid aging and death. They want to find an extraordinary mom or dad who's diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, if the show was aggressively targeting these people, sure, that's a bit weird, especially because it's likely for the TV ratings and not for charity. However, it is still a good deed. Plus, if they helped out middle-class families or ones that seemed like they weren't that bad off, they would be criticized for not focusing on a more deserving family. I don't think Home Makeover is taking advantage of the families. Once the participants participants were selected, the crew would treat the families to a fully funded vacation to destinations such as Hawaii, California, or Florida. During the family's trip, ABC would rally hundreds of contractors, construction workers, and volunteers in the local community to help. Sometimes they would even make Facebook pages so all their neighbors could stay up to date. Oftentimes, the volunteers are critical for the house getting completed on time. Then, Ty Pennington would video call the family and show his crew absolutely destroying their house. And sometimes they would take it too far. Take the Rapati Pierce family, for example. The mother and father were both police officers, and one tragic night, Christina was shot during a foot pursuit, which led to her being paralyzed from the waist down. So they hired the LA SWAT team to place bombs inside of the house, detonate them, then drive a massive battering ram attached to an armored truck to destroy the house. Now obviously they have to do demolition to rebuild a new house from the ground up, but it would still be a bit traumatic to watch your home filled with all those memories get smashed to a million pieces. But the ridiculousness didn't stop there. Remember, this is reality TV. Just building a very practical, standard, and modest home wouldn't be good enough. So the carpenters and designers were pushed to create increasingly elaborate designs and gimmicks to boost ratings, such as this airplane-themed bedroom with bags of peanuts as curtains, this very small backyard that was converted to a miniature go-kart track. How many trips around that go-kart track would a kid be able to do before they get absolutely sick of it? Why not a playroom with a ball pit containing 27,000 plastic balls? And my personal favorite, a teenager's room entirely made out of duct tape.
Desk. I have a bedspread and a pillowcase made out of duct tape.
The designers would take one small facet of their personality and dedicate the entire bedroom to it. Like this toddler who said he wants to be a cardiologist when he grows up, so they put EKG signals on the walls and a dresser designed to look like a human heart. Rooms like this seem very difficult to age in, and the tacky designs would actually take a considerable amount of effort to change. But sometimes it wasn't just tasteless designs. They would actually create new responsibilities that the family may not have even wanted. For example, this teenager got a jacuzzi that took up half the bedroom. Could you imagine your...
Hell nah, don't do no shit like that, bro. A whole jacuzzi in a bedroom? That's hazardous as fuck.
Why would y'all do that?
And a teenager at that. This man finna have all kind of...
What I'm gonna do with that in my room?
Big booty holes, butt wet. Don't tell mama. Mama gonna come in, boy, what you got there? You up here with these fat, half-naked ass little bitch. I'm telling you the truth, though.
You are crazy.
You put a jacuzzi in my bedroom as a kid. I'm a teenager. Boy, you think I ain't gonna have a couple little biddies up in there? Pop that. The niggas used to be thinking they would turn when they had jacuzzi bed, water bed. They be like, yeah, I'll make that joint splash. Have you ever sat on a water bed?
No.
You never sat on a water bed?
I don't think so.
I have, bro.
I feel like, no.
Them joints are so weird because they like, because it's water. You never sat in a water bed?
I don't feel like I have, but then I do.
I'll tell you later, the person who had one. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But yeah, like, bro, just think. Think about it, though, see?
wanted. For example, this teenager got a jacuzzi that took up half the bedroom. Could you imagine your room constantly smelling like hot chlorine water? The cost to maintain a jacuzzi is only about $20 to $40 per month in sanitizer and chemicals, but even doing the maintenance is a burden that maybe nobody wanted. Just draining that water every 3 to 4 months like you're supposed to would be incredibly inconvenient. Another thing they did often was add huge fish tanks or animal habitats, like this boy's room that looks like the reptile section at a pet store, complete with frogs, turtles, and
Hold on, sorry.
would be incredibly inconvenient. Another thing they did often was add huge fish tanks or animal habitats, like this boy's room that looks like the reptile section at a pet store, complete with frogs, turtles, and lizards. Buying pet food, supplies, and cleaning the tanks is even more important because it will literally kill the animal if you don't. Extreme home makeover inserting new responsibility onto you without your choice isn't only annoying, for some people it created even more problems and financial stress that ultimately forced them to move out of their homes. Now, most of the time, ABC would entirely pay off the home for the family. However, owning a home is more than just paying the mortgage. Expenses such as property taxes, utilities, and home maintenance add up extremely quickly. There have been multiple reports of families whose expenses doubled, if not tripled, within the first year of living there. The Dickinson family went from an 1,800 square foot ranch to a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 4,000 square foot super home equipped with cutting-edge technology.
Peep this.
Crazy.
You see the house right there?
Is next door.
You see that? That's what I was just gonna say. You see this simple house and this simple community, because typically the homes represent what the community looks like. That's before
Yeah, why would
now you have this in that same community. Hell no. Get me the fuck up out of here, bruh. You know what that?
Y'all could have just painted my house
and a white picket fence.
Put me some new floors
and a white picket fence.
I ain't need all that.
You know what that's screaming? Come rob me.
That's
crazy. And I ain't even got it. It was given to me.
That's crazy.
Like, you don't do it. Common sense, bro. It ain't always common.
Technology, so it's only natural to assume that the bills would go up. Their electric bill alone went from about $200 per month to as high as $600 after. Their property taxes tripled. The wife, India, said she wasn't worried. My husband works and I work, so if I have to work another job to help keep it up, that's what I'll do. But as the years went on, it got worse and worse. And in October of 2016, William filed a Chapter 13 bankruptcy petition to save his home from foreclosure. He had only $5 in cash, $287 in a checking account, and $15 in a joint savings account at the time of filing. However, it seems like they never lost the house, because on 2022 Google Maps, you can see William and his daughter standing outside the front door, proud of their estate. But that situation was nothing compared to the Oakvath family. The Oakvaths were from Gilbert, Arizona, and their story began with a heartfelt letter from their daughter Cassandra, who requested the show to renovate the cancer ward where she had been a patient. Touched by Cassandra's selfless request, the producers not only granted her wish, but also surprised the family of 9 with a 2-story mansion. The construction involved a massive team of 1,600 contractors and volunteers that garnered attention from across the state. Unfortunately, this wasn't happily ever after. Utility costs reached $1,200 for electricity per month and $400 per month for water. Property taxes increased from $1,600 pre-makeover to $5,600 after. Brian lost his job and was battling depression. With no other immediate solution, they used their house as collateral to take out a $405,000 loan. It was an adjustable rate mortgage, and the payments became too much for the family to handle. This was their dream home, and they knew they couldn't afford it. Craziest part is, they never even asked for this in the first place. The ironic part about these situations is that people's first instinct is to doubt the families. Why couldn't they figure it out? Why not get another job? Why didn't they just sell the house? Most of the time, nobody wants to buy these homes. The Oakvaths listed their house for $1.8 million, then slowly started to lower the price over the next year. Out of desperation, they ended up
Whoa, bro.
You see that?
A whole year, almost a year later, it sold for less than half of what they asked. About half of what they asked for. I want not less, but half of what they asked. Half of literally what.
That's crazy.
That because you also have to pinpoint this. The home. It might be valued at 1.3, but we also got to look at neighborhood.
The neighborhood, yeah.
Like, what's the neighborhood value?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody like we always say. What I look like buying $1 million home when a home next to it ain't worth number $200,000-300,000.
Yeah.
Nigga, no.
They
like,
don't make, yeah.
Like, I'm not finna have $1 million mansion and all the rest of the crib, but I ain't gonna say that. But it just don't make sense. And y'all giving these people well beyond what they're like. They already are coming to you for a fix up because they barely can afford what they already have. Go in. You can knock down a house and restructure something better, but more modern that fits what they already have. Maybe just add a little extra space. We don't have to go all out extravagant, but that won't make good TV ratings.
For them, because also, do you even have to knock the home down? You don't necessarily have to.
What you talking about doing Chip and Joanne? Go in.
Yeah.
Go in and just gut that bitch.
You already know.
But some people, you do need the extra space, so I get that. Okay. And you might want some more. So I get that. I get knocking down. But they should have the option. Would you want us to tear it down, or would you would you want it just to make over? If they say cool, knock it down. Build them up some.
But don't do that's too extravagant for.
But we also say this. Us demolition knocking it down, that costs money.
Yeah.
Us building you a whole nother home costs money. That's tax write-off.
for $540K, just enough to break even on their loan and maybe put a down payment on a new place. The Beach family have been trying to sell their home since February 2013. The price tag started at $700,000 and is now down to $535,000. They say they've had to sell because the upkeep of the house is just too much now. It's a unique home and will take a unique person to buy it. Most critics forget the reason these families got these homes were because they were struggling in the first place. Many of them had pre-existing debt. Some of them weren't even homeowners in the first place. They were renting the house and ABC bought it and built them a new one. Combine these money issues with the family trauma they were all experiencing, and it's a recipe for disaster. From my research, every single family that sold their house sold it for less than what it cost to build. But no matter what reason they chose to sell their house, they face backlash from the community. Since each home is a community project with hundreds of volunteers, they look at the home like a gift from their neighbors. The Hassel family decided to sell just 3 years later because it was too much stress to handle. Then a publication interviewed members of the community to see how they feel. A lot of people gave time, product, and services. Some are very angry. Some I've run into have asked, why do they deserve it? There was even a letter written to the local newspaper that titled, "The entire Hassel family story is a disgrace and humiliation to this community." The Harper family's house foreclosed, and the mayor's response was, "It's aggravating. It just makes you mad. You do that much work, and they just squander it." Because he...
Bro,
Really
you
do
know,
not
at
get
the
people. Like,
at
what?
the end of the day, they never came to y'all asking y'all to do anything. And y'all get mad because...
If y'all that pressed about it, y'all should have helped them pay for their bills. They can't afford it. What do you want them to do? I'm so confused. Like, that is so selfish to me that y'all even thinking like that.
So
It's aggravating. It just makes you mad. You do that much work, and they just squander it. Because he helped vault a massive beam into place in the Harper's living room. The Nicholas family received a home after the father died from contracting hepatitis C when he was pricked with a patient's contaminated needle. 9 years later, the home was foreclosed because the mother could not manage the previous home mortgage and new property taxes that tripled in price. "I feel bad because so many people came together to help us," she said. "I know I shouldn't feel like I let them down, but I do." Many of the families feel guilt and shame that they couldn't live happily ever after. Most of them don't want to sell their houses, but the financial stress and family tragedy is overbearing. As the years went on, ABC scaled back their projects because so many homes were being foreclosed on. They eventually realized these over-the-top charity acts were too extreme to be truly helpful, but then their ratings dropped since the homes weren't extreme enough for TV, which led to the show being canceled in 2012. I also noticed that they only have a small selection of episodes available on Hulu today, and all of the families who went on to sell or get foreclosed on got their episodes removed from streaming services. It turns out when you find a broken family facing hardship and financial problems, build them an extremely oversized home with ugly interiors in the middle of a neighborhood surrounded by other homes not even worth half as much as the new one they just built, it ends up doing more harm than good.
Facts.
good vid, Pat, man. Very informative for those who might not know. But that is true though. Like, bro, like you have to look amongst the community. You have to realize, all right, how can we make this home stand out amongst the rest, but still stay within? Because you could do that.
Yeah, you can.
You could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't put $1 million home amongst, especially back then.
Yeah.
Them homes probably weren't even worth about 200.
Yeah.
Or if that much.
If even that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, $1 million home doesn't even look like $1 million home. You know, which that is different now. But then, you put in $1 million home, you know what the community, you know? And then, that is true, like, of the...
What?
Because you might not want to have to go through that route. And because I was finna say, which I don't understand why the community, because the community should already understand what y'all going through anyways.
Yeah.
So why get mad because they can't handle the gift that people gave them? And they like, hey, no, at the end of the day, the only way we can get out of this is by selling it to come up financially. Because we have so... Because that's the thing people don't realize, like, because people always like, I want this big old house, and I want... But they fail to realize... Utilities come with that big old house. Yeah. Can you even handle the utilities you got now?
Yeah.
If you can't handle the utilities you got now, don't be trying to think of no big old massive home because the utility goes up because you got to run the AC to keep it more cool, or you have to put on more lights to make it to see around that motherfucker. And the property taxes go up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people can't. They're in what they can afford. So why make them such? Because only thing y'all thinking about is y'all TV ratings and something to write off. So y'all try to make
these
massive changes. Hire all these people, but y'all still pay them. But we can write that off because we're giving something away.
Yep.
So you got to look at it like that, and like they said, if it wasn't extremely massive, would y'all have ever tuned into it?
No,
it was never have been successful.
And that was proven with the ratings dropping after they tried to switch things up a little bit
to make it more reasonable. Could something like that work today? I think it could, like with extreme home makeovers,
but not.
But the TV ratings still wouldn't be able to be what that was. Mm-hmm. But if you put it on, what's the show? What's the channel? Like Property Brothers and all that. Come on.
Yeah.
Chip and Joanna, all that. If you put it on that with like more like reasonable homes, and maybe like say for instance they got a 3-bedroom house, and they don't mind you coming in and tearing it apart, but you build them like a 4-bedroom with the extra like gaming room. Now they had a 1 bathroom. Now you give them 2.5.
Yeah.
But still within the reasonable budget, like style home. So you take them from probably like an 1,800 square foot home into like a 2,400 square foot home.
Yeah, because it's
just the extra.
Yeah.
It's not too much.
All right.
So maybe they could be like, okay, and you pay the mortgage off, so now I don't have to worry about the mortgage. So now I think that would be more, but you don't take them from an 1,800 square foot home to a 6,000 square foot home and think, oh, we're going to pay it off so you ain't got to worry about it. They still going to get on a financial bond. It's a good thing because we're giving and other people are submitting you to be blessed. You get what I mean? But it still has a negative.
But it does, and I get that it's a gift. I thank y'all, but even the people that's doing it, like whoever's over like everything and like making the decisions to what family, y'all know that comes with it, like with the property, like y'all know all of that already. Like in my head, I'm like, do y'all not care? You're like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make our money up, from with the whatever, and we gone in the wind on to the next. You know what I'm saying? I still look at that as being a little,
about
like,
self.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cause, like y'all know that this is just not the end all. Like they're still going to have to pay property taxes. They still have bills. They still have and things are going to double if not triple.
Also, I've seen where I don't know where I came across it, but they do the extreme makeover. They show the front of the house. Mm-hmm. But they don't show you the back of the house, and they didn't never complete the house. I've seen that. I don't know if it was them or something else, but I've seen where one of these like home we make over your home type shows. They showed what they wanted to show you, but they didn't show you how they left the community. The community was trashed after the fact, or the yard was left untaken care of. They only showed the good and not the
not the ugly.
Yeah. So it was like I have heard where also the community feels some type of way because all they heard was banging and all this construction going on, and because it's massive construction going on, and they like, hey, we in a small neighborhood, like y'all doing too much, y'all are like, but they never show that, so they don't show that side of it ever. But hey, man, make sure y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it in the comments. I feel horrible.
I was just about to say that
for a lot of these families
because all of them, especially
saying the ones who
that's what I'm saying. All of them, the ones that had to put their homes up for sale and go into foreclosure, all of that. Yeah,
my heart is with them for real, especially the ones who already been through tragedy and now they have to damn,
And then it really sucks because, like Patrick mentioned, like memories are in, especially the ones that's lost people. Memories are in this house, you know what I'm saying? But that's gone, and then what was built is gone too because
And then
it's
they
all
have to
to a
start
new
back
family
over the
and
struggle.
Start back, yeah, that's sad, but yeah.
Hey man, but as always, I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is.
Here in the coast,
We are.
Kid
We
and
are.
Seagull.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.